From the John C. Hinch Production Art Studios, it's Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Ricky Hendon and Melody Mercado. The latest news with Danielle Hemsky and Aaron Morden. Sports with Katrina Baumgartner and reporter Katie Crowley. Jalen Cook brings us State of the Arts. Kyle Peck reviews the movies in Get Real. Taylor Hurnett takes us about town. Chardonnay Mason reviews what's good in Let's Eat. Anna Tassi reviews the music scene in On the Beat. Jackie Myers is in the spotlight with current celebs. Emma Heth goes out with the street team. And Jenna Amico takes us backstage with About Crew. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine, your hosts Ricky Hendon and Melody Mercado. Take it away, kids.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm your host, Ricky Hendon.
And I am Melody Mercado. Welcome back this week. And we just wanted to say we hope you all had a happy Easter, whether you were spending it with your family or spending it with friends. So how did you spend your Easter, Ricky?
Absolutely. I actually stayed here. This will be my last Easter here in Bradley because I'm a senior and I'm getting ready to graduate. I'm kind of sad, so I'm hanging out with my friends, and we just hung out basically, just chilled. I called my mom, obviously, told her I loved her, but you know.
Always call your mom. Always tell her you love her, especially if you're at school. Moms miss their babies, so.
Absolutely. And how'd you spend your Easter?
Unfortunately, I was working the whole day.
Whole day?
Whole day. But it was very beneficial. I work at a restaurant, so did make some good money. Hoping to put that to good use
Absolutely.
soon.
Always nice. So let's talk about a couple of Easter traditions. I'll tell you my least favorite one is Lent.
Really?
Yes, I do not like giving up anything. And I didn't participate this year, but in the past, so rough. So rough.
What are some things that you've given up in the past?
Like soda, candy, basically everything that's fun.
Laughter.
No, but it's not the worst thing in the world, but I think you can kind of get some positive things out of it.
I did it with my boyfriend this year. We gave up sweets and junk food, trying to get a little bit of a health kick out of it. We did pretty well.
Yeah.
We stayed pretty consistent throughout the whole time, but I'll tell you, when Easter came around, we were like, let's go get ice cream and Oreos and basically everything under the sun.
Alrighty.
But now it's time to check in with the news team.
Good evening, and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Aaron Morden.
And I'm Danielle Hemsky. Let's take a look at the news.
Two men dressed as women tried to ram the main gate at NSA headquarters on Monday. The vehicle in question was later identified as a stolen SUV. NSA police shot at the car when it drove toward a police car, and one of the occupants died on the scene. The other two, along with an NSA police officer, were hospitalized, but not fatally injured, according to police reports. After outrage of the public at supposedly innocent death, the NSA responded with comments that the SUV was disobeying the routine exit procedure. Therefore, the guards felt that their lives were in danger. There were no suspected links to terrorism, though the pair is suspected to have been under the influence of drugs and/or alcohol at the time of the incident.
A new wave of laws introduced in more than 24 states would allow people to discriminate against individuals based on their personal religious beliefs. Examples proposed legislation include stripping salaries of clerks who issue same-sex marriage licenses. Indiana Governor Mike Pence signed this bill into law, stirring up controversy and causing many to boycott the state. Outrage at the governor using the words religious freedom to refer to the law have sparked protests in the streets. According to the Indiana Star, coordinators of Gen Con, the largest tabletop gaming convention in North America, are threatening to move the economically precious event to a different state. Currently, they are still in negotiation with Governor Pence.
An epidemic of HIV in Scott County, Indiana, is causing the state to declare a public health emergency. All the current cases are linked to injection drug use, with more than 70 new cases being reported in the last month, in an area where there are typically less than 10 a year. A team from the CDC Division of HIV/AIDS Prevention arrived on Monday and is working with local health officials to stop the outbreak, saying that due to the communal nature of the drugs, it is fairly common for these type of things to spread with used needles. One psychiatrist from the Indiana University School of Medicine even commented that he is actually surprised that this outbreak doesn't happen more often.
A Peoria Heights man who is reported to have 6 DUI arrests is going to trial in May for allegedly killing his mother in a drunk driving accident. The car was speeding on a Knoxville Avenue when it went through a red light at the intersection of Knoxville and Forest Hill, and Summers pleaded not guilty in a recent Peoria County Circuit Court and faced up to 14 years in prison after his trial. His mother, 68, was found dead on the scene, and the pickup truck driver, as well as Summers, were treated for injuries at a nearby hospital, though their injuries were not fatal.
A Germanwings flight intentionally crashed into the French Alps last week, killing all 150 people on board. According to prosecutors, the co-pilot locked his captain out of the cockpit and ignored his pleas to open the door while crashing the plane. The incident has sparked a controversy among traditional users of Germanwings, though the company responded by saying the co-pilot passed his routine annual pilot recertification medical examination in the summer of 2015. Officials say most of those who lost their lives in the incident were from Germany or Spain, although notable passengers included Iranian sports journalists.
RLI Corp, an insurance firm, just announced a $15 million addition to its headquarters that will arrive in Peoria. Construction is expected to complete in 2016, and the city approved giving Bird Boulevard the title of Stevens Way, honoring the RLI founder. The new addition was designed by what the agency calls young people, those born after 1980 who will be the ones primarily using it. Some are criticizing the agency for adding such a large and expensive facet to their headquarters after their $20 million facelift in 2013, though most expect it to be a good sign of expanding business in Peoria as well as the recovering national economy. Now let's go to Bob for sports.
Thanks, Danielle. The Atlanta Falcons have been fined $350,000 and will forfeit a 2016 draft pick for piping crowd noise into the Georgia Dome during home games over the last 2 seasons. The NFL announced the penalties Monday, saying that the Falcons will lose a 5th-round pick in next year's draft. The Falcons have multiple picks in the 5th round. They will lose the highest of those selections, according to the NFL. The NFL had been investigating the Falcons for piping in the noise while opposing teams were huddling, trying to call their plays. In what could prove to be a landmark case in the sports ticket marketplace, StubHub filed a lawsuit against the Golden State Warriors and Ticketmaster in the Northern District of California on Sunday, accusing the two of conspiring to create an illegal resale market by telling season ticket holders to their resell through their platform. The suit alleges that the team has informed season ticket holders should resell their tickets through anything other than Ticketmaster. NBAtickets.com, they will have their ticket privileges revoked. Not sure what all that means, but there it is. Brian Wardle, who led Green Bay to the 2014 Horizon League regular season championship and 3 straight postseason appearances, has been named the 14th head coach in Bradley basketball history, according to an announcement Friday evening by Bradley Director of Athletics Chris Reynolds. Wardle leaves Green Bay with a 5-year record of 95-65, and his 96 wins are the most in the first 5 years for any Phoenix coach in the program's 34-year NC2A Division I history. He earned multiple awards after the 2013-14 season, including Horizon League Coach of the Year, the Skip Prosser Man of the Year, and the NABC District 12 Coach of the Year. That's all for sports. Back to you, Danielle.
Thanks, Bob. The Illinois Tollway announced on Monday that they plan to open 6 safe phone zones in April in an effort to stop drivers who get distracted by their phones while behind the wheel. These zones will mostly be in areas of high traffic in northern Illinois and near the Chicagoland area. The Tollway is partnering with Verizon and iStar Financial to find these talk and text, so they won't be distracted while driving. Plans to utilize the area include rest stop features such as restrooms and vending machines, and they also plan to include smartphone-centric features such as free Wi-Fi and charging stations. The announcement has been met with mixed feelings. Some say, if anything, it is a good reminder for people to be safe while driving, while others question its effectiveness.
I hope they're not piping crowd noise in on us tonight.
No.
That's it for the news. I'm Bob Jacobs.
I'm Aaron Morden.
And I'm Jill Haimski. Have a great night and be sure to join us next week.
Puppy.
Thank you, news team. You know, thinking about the issue, what's going on in Indiana with Governor Pence, it really brings up the subject of how far does one religious freedom or religious beliefs or personal beliefs, how far can that extend?
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting conversation. There's been a lot of talk about that lately, the past week or two. And, you know, I totally agree. I think at some point, yes, you want to be able to express yourself, you want to be able to run your businesses the way that you want. But if you're infringing on other people's rights, when you get to the point where you're kind of harming someone else by being discriminatory, I think that's where you kind of cross the line. And I know you were talking about that earlier. You kind of agree, right?
I feel like everyone has specific inalienable rights that you are given by being an American and being part of this country. But I feel that everyone has the right to believe in what they want to. But I feel that once one dominant religion or once one popular or dominant belief starts to take over, that could be harmful to others because they also have the right to believe or to think or have whatever they feel, you know?
Yeah, murky situation there. Hopefully it gets resolved soon. But now let's see where they took us this week on About Town.
It seems that children aren't the only ones that are allowed to play around with paint. At the Hive, located on the Peoria riverfront, Jody Takis, a Bradley alum, makes sure that everyone who enters leaves with a memorable experience.
Our classes vary, you know, all ages, all abilities. We have had children in classes as young as 3, and people probably, I don't know if we've had any 90-year-olds or not, but probably pretty close to it. We do kids classes, we do birthday parties, bachelorette parties.
Jody is very passionate about nature and plans to improve the community by extending the curriculum in her classes.
One of my goals this year was to have a series, an ongoing series, not just for this year, it's just Paint for Health. When I opened up was to continue teaching about healthy living and taking care of the planet.
Ever since Jody was little, her family has inspired her and even shares some of the same interests.
I did art from the time I was a child, and really pretty much all of my family members are very creative in one way or another, whether it's, you know, with painting, with wood, with photography, music, so yeah.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Taylor Hurnett.
Thanks, Taylor. Great piece. So, Melody, I don't know about you. I haven't really dabbled in art too much, but every time I kind of do, I really love it. I love the creative aspect of it. I've done some graphic design for some of my classes. But what about you? Artsy at all?
I am trying to pursue a minor in photography currently.
Okay.
And
I didn't know that.
Surprise!
Yeah.
I love to be able to express. I can't draw. Can't draw, can't paint.
Okay.
Can't, like, anything that's free drawn, you know, stick figures, circles, that's about as far as it gets. But I really love to be able to express myself through photography. There's so many things that you can do with photography. You know, there's the lighting means something. The color that you choose to edit it with means something.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just love the ability to be able to express myself. And it is, like, since photography is considered an art, through a lens.
Right.
So I want to be able to show people what I see in my mind without having to draw it because I can't draw.
No, and I totally respect photography. I've taken some photography classes too, and there's so much more that goes into that than most people kind of see, especially when you're taking a really, really meaningful, emotional picture. You gotta love it.
Yes, of course. But now let's check in with Kyle on Get Real.
Good evening, and welcome to Get Real. I'm Kyle Peck. It's been 6.5 years since South African director Neil Blomkamp was recognized with his first sci-fi action feature film, District 9, in Johannesburg. This week, we review all information on Blomkamp's third feature film, Chappie. Set in the near future, the film stars Chappie, a former police droid that is reprogrammed as the first sentient robot. Played by actor Sharlto Copley, his third film with Blomkamp is given life through voice and motion capture. Copley fills Chappie with such humanity and depth as the character questions and experiences the best and worst of humanity.
Is extraordinary. It's inspiring. I think he's one of the best actors out there. The job he did on District 9, the job he did on Elysium were outstanding.
The film does suffer from the solid action sequences, unable to share richer context with its story and other key roles, including villain Vincent Moore, played by Hugh Jackman. Blomkamp falls short in telling the story by leaving ideas up in the air. Despite this, Chappie raises big questions with learning robots adapting into society and treating future technology. And if nothing else, the character Chappie truly makes the film worth the wait. The film was given 3 out of 5 stars. That's it for Get Real. I'm Kyle Peck.
Thanks, Kyle. I saw the Chappie movie, and I have to say, I loved it.
Really?
I loved it. I thought it was way better than District 9. I don't know, have you seen Chappie yet?
I haven't seen Chappie, but I've seen District 9, and I thought it was just a great piece. I love the way that it was composed. But tell me a little bit more about Chappie from your perspective.
Oh my gosh.
Since you loved it so much.
Not only that, it has like my celebrity crush, Hugh Jackman, in it.
Of course.
Who does a really good job of playing the bad guy, because, you know, typically he plays a good guy. But I felt that with typical robot movies, they show like, oh, robots, humanity, like, are they really people? Is it going to turn to that point? And this movie is, I mean, there's a little bit of that, but the way the plot works, it's completely different and completely unexpected, the way they ended the movie.
Really?
And I love the effects, and I just love the storyline, and it's also funny. It's pretty funny as well, but it's also plenty of action. So I know if, you know, guys like all the booms and explosions, and it has a humor
So I
as
really
well.
need to see this movie.
Yeah,
is
you
what you're
really
telling
need
me.
to see this movie. Really need to see this movie. I'm pretty much obsessed with it.
Well, I'm glad you have so many great things to say. All right. Well, now it's time to check in with Emma on the Street Team.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. This week for Street Team, we're doing
Boys versus girls.
Boy, Emma, what are you doing here?
I'm helping out this week. Bye.
Well, I'm Girl Emma Heth. Let's get started. What's your name?
Jennifer?
And do you know who the NBA MVP was for last year?
No.
Who's the Bears running back?
Oh, I don't know.
And do you know what a romper is?
A romper?
Yes.
I don't think so. I have a couple guesses.
What is a romper?
Oh, it's like a dress / short type of thing.
What are your guesses?
Like someone or something that romps a lot.
Okay, do you know the difference between a manicure and a pedicure?
A manicure's hands, pedicure's foot.
And if a car part needs to be replaced because your car is too loud, what part would need to be replaced?
The speakers.
And do you know who Gossip Girl ended up being?
Absolutely not, no.
That was like a good guess. The muffler. If your car's too loud?
I didn't know the song.
No. And do you know what foundation is?
It's type of makeup on your face.
What car part needs to be replaced if your car is too loud? And do you know what foundation is?
Like in the ground, like you build like a building, and then below it is the foundation.
No, like the makeup. Who are the 2 leading actors in The Notebook?
Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling.
Okay. In football, is a cornerback offense or defense?
Offense?
Defense. And do you know who the 2 leading actors in The Notebook are?
Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams.
Who are the teams in the Final Four?
Not us.
True. Who is the Bears running back?
No.
Do you know who the 2 leading actors in The Notebook are?
No, I do not know.
And do you know who Gossip Girl ended up being?
It was Serena? No, who was it?
It was Dan.
Oh, man.
Boys won, boys rule, girls drool. From Midstate Magazine, I'm Boy Emma Heth.
Thanks, Emma. That was, what? Are you cheering right now?
Yes, I'm cheering.
Cheering for all the men in the world?
We got the W. We did it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I thought those questions were pretty humorous, and
They were.
I mean, not gonna lie, I don't know anything about sports, so I would not. Oh, but I did know the muffler one though.
I would hope so.
I mean,
in case you drive a car or anything like that. I feel like that should just be general knowledge, maybe?
I mean, I would hope so, but I don't know. I feel like it depends like what type of a lifestyle you're exposed to. So
That's true.
Depends if you would be able to answer those questions.
And you know what I absolutely did not know?
What?
Foundation. I was like, or romper actually. I was like, well, what are these words?
A romper is someone who romps around. You didn't know?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, now I know.
Yeah, basically that's it. But
Good
yeah,
stuff.
I thought that was a very good piece. She always comes up with pretty humorous pieces to talk about. Especially, I like how she goes out into the Bradley community and asks students, and I kind of like that whole tally thing that's going on.
Oh yeah, Emma and Shayla behind the scenes, they're both awesome. Great pieces, I love it. I used to actually do that segment back in the day, and it's just so much fun to just catch people off guard with questions and see how they respond to them as they're walking around campus. I really enjoyed it. I miss it.
But let's check in with Jalen and our special guest on State of the Arts.
Good evening and welcome to State of the Arts. I'm Jalen Cook. Tonight we have Chris Wilson and Jessica Jebink with us, the duo from the band Projects. They're a songwriting duo with backgrounds in classical from the Central Illinois area. With two voices and a ukulele, they bring a powerful stripped-down sound to music such as folk, indie, and soul, just to name a few. Jessica, Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, how are you guys doing tonight?
We're great.
Awesome. What are you going to share for us?
We have a song called Winter that we wrote just a few weeks ago. It's pretty recent. And we wrote it kind of during winter when we, when times kind of seem a little down a little bit.
How long have you guys been performing together for?
We've been performing together pretty much our whole lives, but we just created this band in the past year.
Awesome. Well, look, the stage is yours, so when you guys are ready, take it away. Don't forget your mic.
Summer seems too bright. It always seems too easy to just use the light. No weight on my memories and cold air in my love. Back when love was tangible, I could never get enough. The snow would fall in granules, and I'd warm myself in love. is a nest. No life, no time for regrets. Everything can happen, so what happens next?
Awesome. Well, that was great, guys. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us.
Thanks a lot.
No problem. Well, that's all we got for State of the Arts. Join us next week to see more talent from the Peoria area. For State of the Arts, I'm Jalen Cook.
Thanks, Jalen. You know, that was extremely peaceful, melodic sound.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You stole my words. I was gonna use that. No, that was a great piece, though. They really had some really good harmony going on. I like it. I like it. Maybe not what I would choose every day to listen to, but every now and then you need something like that to kind of balance you out.
And mellow down.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely. So one last story here to just leave you with a little bit of motivation, to let you know you can get through anything. Some of you all might have seen this by now, but a guy went out to sea and got lost for 66 days.
Oh my God.
And survived at sea for 66 days, drinking rainwater, catching fish with his net, and rationing off the food that he had. He was on an old school, like 1950s boat. It broke, all of his equipment broke, but he somehow managed to survive that long, over 2 months, and got rescued. How amazing is that?
Yeah. First, I'd like to point out, I don't think I'd last 1 hour. I think what would happen to me, and this is what I'm saying, this is how it would play out. I would be on the hull of the ship, and I would stick my hand out to catch a fish, because I don't know how to fish.
Okay.
And a shark would jump out of the water and eat me.
And then that would be the end of your survival.
That would be the end of
Completely
my survival.
over that fast.
Completely. I would not survive. I don't think so. Do you think you'd be able to survive that long?
You know, I like to think so, but I think I might be lacking some of the skills to make it over 2 months, but we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Hopefully I don't end up in that situation, but so be it.
And I think another thing that would probably happen to me is that, you know, I'm really bad at rationing food. I would eat all my food in like 20 minutes.
That's
It'd
me.
be all be gone.
That's exactly what I'm like.
Well, thank you for tuning in this week to Midstate Magazine. I am your host, Melody Mercado.
And I'm Ricky Hendon. Join us next week, everyone, and stay safe out there.